It's a short story that you guys will definitely find entertaining, as well as quite honestly make your blood boil on just how entitled some people could be. And in this case, this now ex-girlfriend, who loses it when her boyfriend finally kicks her to the curb, and clearly she can't get away with him anymore. Titled, "My ex is so entitled she thinks I should be paying bills for her and the guy she's cheating with." No joke. And a shout out to Nishad for sending me this short story. He says, "I found out my girlfriend of 11 years was cheating on me with an unemployed dude of all people." Don't be so surprised. It's usually how it works. "I'm not rich, but I provided her a good lifestyle." Smack! Right then and there. You provided her a good lifestyle. Why wasn't she helping provide herself and you a good lifestyle? "I pay most of her bills, provide a nice place, nails and hair done regularly, dates every weekend." Smack! Again, what is she contributing? "With a couple of vacations a year. She got used to that lifestyle and wanted to keep living it despite cheating with a broke dude." Bro, she's an a-hole, but guess what? You really enabled her behavior. You're the sugar daddy, and you're good for nothing but providing. She didn't admit to cheating. I caught onto it. Once it was clear I was done with her, the entitlement really started to show. She said because I had family in the area, and she did not, I should move out but continue paying the bills to give her and the new guy a chance to get on their feet. Hold on here. We've been together for 11 years. I've been paying pretty much for everything the entire time and giving you a great life, all that, and you're cheating on me, and because you don't have family or a job, you think I should move from my place, and you can move in with your cheater, with your boyfriend, and I pay all the bills? Are you out of your freaking mind? This chick's a lunatic. But obviously her perception of this guy is that he's so weak, he might actually go for this. This is the problem when women have a perception of you, they think you're that weak. Aside from that, she also insisted on keeping my dogs. Told me I could only see my own dogs if I asked the new guy. Okay, as an animal lover, this goes to a whole level crazy. My dogs, really? No. But since they didn't have any money, I need to continue paying for food and vet bills. Instead, I kicked her out and kept my dogs. This guy needs to have security yesterday. Change all the locks, cameras up, everything. Watch out for her. At that point, she was angry and still felt entitled to my income. After I kicked her out of my place, she claimed she was forced to quit her job because I forced her to relocate. Why don't you go move in with her unemployed boyfriend? And then she tried to sue me for lost wages, which didn't work out in her favor. You'd think she'd stop at that point, but she did not. She contacted my work and threatened to sue them, stating that your employees' actions cost me everything, and tried to insist they settle out of court with her for $100 grand. She didn't make that much money. Instead, my work filed harassment charges against her. Well, good, they should. Now, I want to point out later on, he mentions that restraining orders do come about, but this girl's psycho enough and tenacious enough to try to get around them. You think she'd stop at that point, but she did not. She started messaging every family member of mine that she could find. Told them that I cost her everything out of spite just because she moved on with someone else. And they at least should send her money to help her get a place and pay rent. Good God. When that didn't work, she went online and begged for people to send her money to her Cash App to help her with a place to live, and claimed it was domestic you-know-what situation. I don't understand how she doesn't understand that any financial support I gave her would end if she cheated on me. Well, clearly this guy doesn't live in a no-fault divorce state. Excuse me, I was saying a common law marriage state, because otherwise, if she's been living with him 11 years, she probably would have gotten something, you know? We weren't married. We don't have kids. I supported her for years. I owe her nothing. I really don't owe it to her to help her and her new relationship get on their feet and establish themselves, which seems to come to a shock to her. Holy freaking crap. Well, you know what? There are that people out there that are that crazy, that entitled. Now, that's the actual end of his post. However, don't leave. Lots of people commented, as you can imagine, and he responds to so many of those comments. So we get a lot more details, the good stuff, in his responses. I'm going to read here, and you guys will appreciate finding out just how nutso this girl is. He says here in response to a comment, he says, she does claim to have BPD, and yep, she has always been completely allergic to accountability. And yet you're the dumbass that's been with her. She managed to justify every crappy thing she's ever done by finding a way to blame me for it. Shocker, no accountability and gaslighter, and you're still with her. She was also big on double standards. She felt she had every right to move some dude into my place. Her reasoning, I clean this place every day, in her opinion. Like, yeah, I pay the bills and she cleans. Pretty common arrangement. If I had been the one who cheated and tried to move another girl in, she would have lost it. I mean, like stab someone, lost it. She was so jealous, she'd have a complete meltdown if I opened the door for a girl. BPD, no accountability, all these things. Dude, really, you couldn't get another girl? But let me guess, I'm sure she was hot. I'm sure she was crazy in the bedroom. You know, guys, it never ceases to amaze me how you can have guys that are generally very intelligent, sharp dudes. Very successful guys. How many times have you heard these stories of these incredibly successful businessmen out there that get married again and again and again and get taken to the cleaners? Because they may be sharp in business, they may be sharp in their field, but when it comes to the opposite sex, they are morons, you know? And, I mean, one of the wealthiest men in the world, Jeff Bezos, is about to get remarried a second time. He got taken to the cleaners by his first wife. And, obviously, he's going to make more money in time, so what she got out of it, Mackenzie Bezos, will probably be a drop in the bucket to what he makes throughout his life. But still, she got a ton of money. And he's getting married again. And I guarantee this girl, this one now, I'm sure many... What the hell's her name? Lauren Sanchez is going to take him to the freaking cleaners a second time. Just watch. Anyhow, goes on. He says here... One time she pulled up to my work to bring me my phone charger. I was waiting for her in the parking lot when a female coworker came up and started talking to me. I wasn't being sketchy. I was literally standing there waiting for my girl and talking about with work to my coworker, who was cool and super sweet to my girlfriend. When my ex pulled up, she got pissed off and revved her engine at my coworker like she was going to hit her with the car. Again, dude, why are you still with this broad? Another one, he says, yeah, she for sure had at some point decided she could do whatever the F she wanted. Yet she remained jealous and would go through my phone, track my location, and freak out if I was nice or even acknowledged another female. So the cheater here, who's mental, is treating her boyfriend here like he's a cheater. That's usually how it works, because cheaters think everybody's cheating. If she came crawling back now, I'd laugh in her face. She went from being a girl who had a master's degree, a decent job, some things going for her, to a girl who lives with her new boyfriend's parents, has to borrow their vehicle and has no job, has legal issues, and has embarrassed herself and begging online for money. That's not attractive to me. On top of knowing she's a cheater, I also no longer respect her as a person, so that's a wrap for me. Dude, it should have been a wrap 11 years ago. I'm sure she was nuts back then too. But obviously, I bet she got more and more crazy because she realized I could do anything to this guy. Remember, women don't love a guy they can't respect. Do you think a girl's going to respect a guy who she can routinely act psycho with, accuse him of things, have him pay for everything, keep coming back for more, saying, yes, may I please have another? No. So I'm sure it got worse. Another one says, trust me, some days I wake up and can't believe this shit is real. She has some mental illness that she had to take antipsychotics for, and the weird delusional stuff has me wondering if she quit taking her meds. Oh, she's on meds too. Oh, great. So he's been the white knight to the wacko girl. From the shit that she said to me before I cut contact in her head, I wasn't going to commit to her because she had been together for 11 years and I hadn't proposed. She justified the cheating because of that, and she felt she deserved to stay in my place because if she cleaned it every day. I have a housekeeper that comes once a month to clean my house, and she's great. That doesn't mean she's entitled to my house because I pay her to come clean it once a month. Or anybody else that has a wife that doesn't work and cleans the house and the husband takes care of everything gets the house. Well, wife, that's different. Or girlfriend. And she said the reason I should let her stay in my place with the new dude is because she needed a chance to get on her feet. She has no family locally, and I do, so she felt I should stay with my family since I had a support system here, and she did not. On my end, I don't care about the support system or letting her get on her feet. She's cheating on me. Of course not. And last comment, and this ought to tell you everything. He says here, when somebody was asking about her looks, he says, she was definitely hot. At this point, I don't think she was quite as hot as she was crazy. For as crazy as she acted, I should have gotten a Mia Goth or a Zoe Kravitz. Instead, I got your local hot, manic pixie dream girl. So he confirmed it. We all knew she's a hottie, and therefore acted like a freaking nut job. Now, not every hot girl is going to act like this one, but there is a definite connection and correlation to the hot crazy scale. So, guys, remember, don't be that sugar daddy. Don't be that freaking beta male provider, white knight type. If a girl is acting crazy, you get rid of her. But clearly this is a guy who doesn't think he has a lot of options and just is a wet puppy, you know? But I don't care how hot she is, it's not worth it, you know? Think, what if he had a gal all these years to help contribute? He'd have a hell of a lot more money. And look at all the crap he's dealing with. And he does mention in the comment section that routinely that he did get a restraining order against her, as well as she had been trying all these tricks to get around the restraining order. I mean, it's just one thing after another. But there are wackos out there, and you can't let them into your life. This could have ended way worse. Again, he needs to get have the locks changed yesterday, have freaking security put up. If he lives like an apartment complex or an HOA or something, make people aware what could happen, because she could be a major problem. And I feel bad for those dogs, what she could pull off if she got into the property. So anyhow, guys, there you go. The crazy ones.